Hey guys, Xel'crin here. Today we're here to play yet another Killing Floor custom map. So, we got a big ass story here by MindTrap, so let's just set this and, I don't know how much is actually here. I let it go for like 10 seconds and it was still going, so give me 1 second to make sure that... Okay, it didn't screw. Alright, so let's read this. We are building new sanctuaries due to overcrowding in our safe zones. 5 months ago, we have sent out 3 groups of geologists, accompanied by assault teams, to 3 remote locations to test the structural integrity and stability of potential underground shelters. 2 teams came back with positive news, and we have since started constructing 2 new sanctuaries. The 3rd group, however, never returned. It has been a month since the group reported in, and we fear something terrible has happened. Your immediate mission is to get to its last known location, eliminate all threats, and hold your position until further instructions. So there's a hell of a story there, and there's a lot of objectives we need to do. I don't know why. That's the thing. Like, I don't know what we're doing here. Like, I get the objectives and I get everything we need to do, but, I don't know what lore they're going with here, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Are we going with Killing Floor lore? Are we going with what is happening, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So, we're going to go into this as we were presented, and holy actual fuck. Okay? So, it's definitely got the amazement syndrome thing going down, but it looks fucking huge. Holy shit. This... I like what I'm seeing, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, I'm going to hold all... Oh, God. Frame rate. Sorry about that. I'm going to hold all judgments until the end of the map, obviously. But holy shit. Holy shit. And there's plenty of spots. Like, it's one of these maps where it seems to be that there are indeed plenty of spots for the Zeds to catch up. Because there's plenty of structural, like... not structural. The word I'm looking for here is... enclosed, like, claustrophobic-ish areas. Like, obviously, I can sort of run around, but as you saw, there would be interceptors, and there'd be people that would intercept me a little bit. So that's good. There's been a little bit of balancing to this large map as well, so that's good. There's a little bit of a pathing finiff I just noticed there, but... Like, what is that bloater doing over there? Like, he's still going the right direction, but he was facing the wrong way, which is a little weird, but... Honestly, I think we're going to boil that down to the Killing Floor engine, honestly. I don't think that's really pathing, because it's still chasing me. Like, it was still chasing me. Like, if I go this way, that fucker is still right on my ass. Obviously, he's far behind my ass, because he can't keep... Oh, wait a minute. That was a definite pathing issue. Hang on. Alright, so we definitely just encountered a strange... I think it's because of the way these textures are just... kind of a little bit rough. Like, some of them aren't solid. Like, they look like they've been, like, elevated up a little bit, which is good, actually. That I like that. Obviously, the Killing Floor engine is having a little bit of trouble with it, it seems, with the Z pathing, but, you know, I like it from a design standpoint because it looks more realistic and it looks more artistic. So, in that regard, I think we definitely know where this map has its strong suits. But right off the bat, I am noticing a severe lack of music, and you know how I feel about music. We really should be getting something, and I'm rambling. That's how you know I'm enjoying the map. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing already. But I'm rambling, and now we're probably going to... If we die this early, obviously, I have a new policy. Like, if I die that ridiculous, if, like, that early, and we haven't seen the entirety of the map, obviously, I will give it another go. I'll give it another wave. We'll come back to when we were. But, holy fuck. Yeah, definitely a very visually nice-looking map. I like what I'm seeing. Wait, can we get it? Got it! At the last second, we got it. Holy... Oh, wait, what? You guys heard the noise, right? Well, fuck Killing Floor, then. Alright, well, fuck it. Let's take out the pistol, then, since we screwed up like geniuses. Well, hey, we'll have more money, I guess. Oh, God, we already have the stalkers. But, yeah, it's not one of those maps where it's going to be easy. Like, it's big, don't get me wrong, and there's plenty of space to run. But... at the same time, they also can catch up to you, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Because of the fact they don't spawn in one general area like some of the previous maps we played, in which it was just too big and there was way too much of everything, really. I don't know what we just heard. I do not know what we just heard, but okay. So, One thing I will say though is that, oh god, what the hell is that? The killing floor engine literally struggling to deal with. What the hell? What the fuck? Oh, it's rain. That's a little bit buggy. Hang on, let's it's you're gonna get destroyed ideologically and ideologically. What the hell am I saying? Intellectually, but still, just please no. It don't matter how damn intelligent I am when you got a fucking pitchfork right in my direction. I'm just saying. But anyway, that was a little weird, the fact that the Zed took that long to show up, but it's only one, so it's a little bit more understandable. We can give it a little bit more. We can understand it a little bit more. What? Huh. There's also a lot of mushrooms. Like, I know this is obviously a killing floor thing. It's not a, Sorry, I have hiccups for some reason for a second there. That was very odd. I have exactly enough. That's insane. What the fuck? Why is this not purchasing stuff? Are we bugged? You guys are seeing this, right? What? What the? Okay, so apparently we just can't buy the fucking... We just can't buy the katana. I have never seen that before in my entire life. That's, Wow. I don't know if that's map... I do not think that's map-oriented, but... I've never seen that before. That's very strange. But it actually could be map. It could have to do with how big the file, or the... Well, yeah, file, if we're going to go by raw data. It could be the file is just way too big, and all the data in this map is just way too big, so... I doubt that's the case. I have absolutely no evidence to support that claim. That is literally just a pure, uneducated assumption, so don't take my word for that. I'm not going to hold it against the map maker. I don't know what the hell that is about, but... if anyone would like to tell me, like that one map maker in the past who helped me fix the flashlight bug, that's just amazingly, just great in Killing Floor. Thanks to that map maker, by the way. Haunted Hotels, I believe, is the guy who told me that. Thank you. That's not his name, but that's the map I did of him. But, thank you for telling me that. Shout out, because you saved me years later. But, obviously, what I'm trying to say is I don't know if that was just a weird bug on Killing Floor's part, because I had the exact money I needed to buy the fucking item, or if that was just a weird loading config thing that happened with all the things it needs to load on this map because of how big it is. But I have no evidence for anything in regards to that, so let's just assume that was just a engine bug. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt here and assume that was an engine bug. Obviously, if this is a problem you encounter if you download or play this map anywhere, really, let me know. I will reflect my scoring with that, possibly. We'll see. But, so far, I really... Now, suddenly, this isn't the... Wasn't there a... Wait, I think there was a second one. Let's keep shit sport. Obviously, I am getting to a bit of a situation where the Zeds can't keep up. But, to be fair, they did a lot of damage to me before it gets to that. So, in a sense, it is still challenging. You have to try really hard not to end up in a fight to not get into a fight. So, in that regard, I think it's rather balanced. It's not ridiculous. So, I think this is a fair challenge. Like, look, even so, I'm still losing lots of health and shit, and they're still keeping up decently. To be fair, I am going for him, but you know what I mean. The Gorfast, obviously, he'll keep right up with me. Like, see, look how low I am in health. Oh, damn it, I wanted to go exploring that one way, see if we could find that strange anomaly we saw earlier with the effects on the map or whatever, but I doubt it's gonna happen. Maybe, well, I say that, I just mean now, I don't mean period. We could potentially find something yet. Hopefully we find it, because I want to make sure that we're not going out of our mind and we're just having glitch after glitch occur and at very random intervals, which would be rather strange. And at that point, if it's completely random intervals, I would probably have to chop it down, or... yeah, that's the right word, I think. Chalk it down. There, that's a better... Maybe? I don't know. You get what I mean. We'd have to chalk it down to the engine, probably. Because of how big of a map this is. We have the Claymore already. I'm happy about that, actually. That's interesting. Obviously, I didn't have better weapons in the beginning, but hey, I mean, I got a Claymore now, so I got no complaints. Yay! Alright. Obviously, this room has some cool ambience and whatnot. this actually statue? Oh god, frame rate drop. Is this statue? I can't, no, it just looks like random stuff, to be honest. Wait, hang on, wait. If I shoot, hang on. Okay, no, it doesn't pop up. Was it just? I swear I thought it was another waterfall. I just wanted to confirm that, though. I don't want to. I think we see another waterfall coming up here. If this waterfall is the only one with the problem, obviously we know it's a map fault, and obviously it needs to be fixed immediately. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, that's a map problem. I think I thought I saw something actually in the description about this problem. It might be a known bug, but if that's the case, why the map maker hasn't fixed it, because obviously we're in the old territory now. This is like a 2014 map, is beyond me. But yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Don't have time for your shit. We got a map to explore. Obviously, I say that, but I've criticized maps in the past for not keeping the Zeds up with me. But, you know, obviously, I mean, it's good that they can keep up with me for once. But, you know, for entertainment purposes, I'm saying, get the fuck out of my way. I'm being super literal today. I'm so sorry. I must be boring the absolute shit out of all of you. Forgive me. I'm just... Wow. And then we had another frame rate drop. What? This is something about this map. My computer don't like it. That and my computer just don't like me. Honestly. What I think about it, actually, I'm gonna... Hang on. Let me just make sure we don't have that stupid frap setting. Alright, we're back, and I've concluded we do not have that... Oh, there's the frame rate drop. We don't have that strange frap setting, so I don't know what is causing the stutters. Pathing issue. But... I don't even know. I don't even know if that's a pathing issue. That was just so weird. But, what I will say is my own computer now is having graphics cards trouble. I was going to have a talk about this on our weekly thing, which is now going to be delayed, obviously, because Killing Flow was delayed. But, we're going to save that topic for another thing, so I'll talk about it a little bit here, if you guys don't mind. Obviously, Map Maker, if you want to ignore him to this part, go for it, or just skip ahead to when I die. Because I think we covered a lot of this map. I'm still finding some really cool details and stuff, but I think we've got the general gist. You made a very pretty, awesome-looking map with this obvious issue that needs to be fixed immediately. Not very buddy. There's some pathing issues with the roughed-up terrain and, like, the popped-up terrain here and some other areas. Not here specifically, but those other areas that we started in. But other than that, that seems okay. So, obviously, if we encounter anything else, I'll point it out if you want to wait. But I think for the most part, for those who don't like to hear me ramble and just see the survival aspect to this, I think you can skip ahead. Because now at this point, we're going in circles. And I can genuinely say, though, guys, this is a big map. I think this is a pretty damn big map. Just going to throw that out there. When I think about it, we are running in circles now at this point, but the amount of room we have to run in the circles and go about this entire map, honestly, it's taken me this long to decide, yeah, we've probably seen everything. You know, I feel that in that sense we have found a pretty fucking big map. Just gonna throw that out there. Now, what I can say is that while it's a... Oh my god, that's a lot of spiders. Well, I could say it's a good map, or a good, you know, sized map. So far, there hasn't been a lot of, well, stuff, if that made sense. Like, there's that one room, but there's no super defining features. Like, this is the only super defining room we have. Other things are, like, more subtle to the details. Like, there's the lake room, there's this room, there's the water crack room. Like, there's not many, in my opinion, rooms that have stuff in them, if that makes sense. It's just kind of a little bit barren, honestly. But nowhere near as barren as some of the crap we have played before. So, I feel, and I don't mean that in a super negative context. I know I said it kind of meanly, but you know how I am. I just don't sugarcoat things. But I feel this is better than what we have played in the past with some of those kind of barren open maps that give you the illusion that they're big, but they're not actually that big. So I feel this is definitely a big map. But going back to my rambling, I'll just talk to you about the graphics card a little bit. Basically, we've come to the conclusion, I believe my NVIDIA card is dead. Or if not dead, there is some very strange contraption or some kind of strange SLI configuration that I am completely unaware of going on in my laptop. I have an MSI laptop for those you know, into tech enthusiast maybe is the right word I'm looking for, something like that. Those into the techie world and stuff like that. I believe that is the right word. But for those interested in the MSI stuff, their laptops tend to come with two different GPUs, or I guess in simpler words, graphics cards. I don't know if there's actually a difference between them. Like I said, I'm moderate. Like I have a medium level, I believe, of technical knowledge when it comes to this stuff. Jason is the expert of our group, and even he's not a god. So, but we're going back to what I was saying though. Strangely enough, there's some weird SLI thing or something going on where there are two graphics cards in my laptop. Or just two chipsets, maybe. I don't know. Jason explained it really strangely, saying that there couldn't possibly be two chipsets in here, which kind of hurts my brain because, well, why? But he's convinced for some reason that it's not possible that the two graphics cards are two chipsets built into the motherboard or whatever, how this normally works for laptops. But for whatever reason, they're set to default run both at the same time, which is very strange. Don't get me wrong, but we've had the normal Intel powered or whatever the fuck it's called. I would have to get the thing up, and let's be honest, there's no point. I'm gonna go in depth on this in the talking video at some point, but it was an Intel based graphics device of some kind in this laptop, and that's what I record with, guys. If you don't know, because I'm still in the process of, well, I've been at this for 4 years, but I'm still, like, I just turned 18 this year, so obviously I'm still getting a lot of shit set up, getting more professional shit, but, anyway, going on. There's two GPUs in it. I have an 880M, which is decent. Obviously, for the time, it's a little bit down there, but seen as the 700-something NVIDIA card is still one of the better sellers on the Amazon, I would say that's not terrible. I would say that's still above average to some degree, compared to most people. But, obviously, it's had some issues with Overwatch, or at least I thought it had issues. See, this is where things get murky. Recently, we've had a discovery when I've turned off the Intel card, and when I even discovered that there was two GPUs in this thing. If I'm using the right term, please forgive me if I'm not. I know, obviously, some of you will not, and you will try and kill me in the comments, and that's okay. Get your pitchforks ready. But, to attempt, at least. Good luck, actually, doing it, but you know what I mean. But anyway, so what we did was, when I discovered there was two, I ran some tests. This computer's been having problems off and on, and I've never been able to figure it out. With streams especially. Like, streams have just killed this poor thing, and I don't know what it was. So we did some research, and by tests concluded that when I turned off the Intel card running alongside the NVIDIA card, strangely enough, the NVIDIA card on its own would literally run at, like, let me put it to you this way. My mouse cursor was probably 5 seconds behind the actual real-time mouse cursor, like what was actually happening in the game. By that I mean the real-time computer mouse was ahead of the game mouse. So obviously it was too much for the card to handle. So obviously it took me a while, and thank God my friend helped me with this, because that friend being Terry, a shout out to his channel, even though he doesn't post content, so it doesn't mean a damn thing right now. But he let me check his laptop, because he also has an MSI, also not sponsored. I forgot to say that, my mistake. I forget sometimes. I'm not sponsored. Obviously I take it at this point, because we're not going to make any ad revenue probably from any of these videos ever again. But what happened is he let me TeamViewer into his computer, right? And I checked just to confirm this. His MSI laptop also had this strange configuration of 2 cards in it for whatever reason. Now, keep in mind, though, his screen is 1 smaller, which isn't really a big deal, and his computer is a completely different MSI computer. In fact, it's a newer model. It was a, I believe it was a, I could be wrong, and Terry can correct me if he watches this. I believe it was a 970M. Could be a 980M, though. I could be very wrong. But it was a 970M. Playing on Killing Floor, we did a test where I turned off the Intel card, and he told me the mouse responsiveness and everything on it was flawless. There was no change. So this led me to conclude that there was no fancy thing going on in my computer that I thought could be going on in my computer, like Jason Saints and all this other... we don't know exactly what's going on necessarily is what I'm saying, but it is literally just 2 GPUs are in this computer in some weird configuration, just somehow working. Maybe it's SLI, I don't know. I don't know if it's actually possible to do that. I thought it was quite literally impossible to do SLI or whatever the hell kind of configuration they have with 2 separate graphics cards. But so we ran the test, it ran flawless, so that has made me conclude that it's likely my GPU in this thing's dying, which is quite unfortunate, because that's like the worst thing that can die in a laptop. Like, the worst. It's literally the worst thing that can die in a laptop, pretty much, because that's almost... They don't... Getting a fucking laptop graphics card is... Good luck. Like, I've seen upgrade kits for Alienware computers that are just absolutely fucking atrociously ridiculous in their pricings. Like... me and Jason were laughing because we saw an upgrade kit for, like, I think it was, like, maybe an 8, like, almost what I have, just, like, to get to another 880M, or maybe it was, like, a 900, and it was, like, $600 just to put the fucking thing in. And they wouldn't even let you put it in. Like, they had to, like, do it. You had to send it to them to do it. They refused to give you the part to do it on your own. Like, it's almost impossible. You have to buy them refurbished on Amazon. There might be better ways you can get it, like, obviously, some higher grade tech stuff, but I obviously don't know this stuff because I'm newer to this stuff. So, if you know anything, recommend it to me or recommend it to Jason, and maybe we can check it out. Maybe there's actually something we missed. This fucking flesh pound. But, that being said, we concluded that it was the graphics card, and see, here's why the problem is with my stream. Whenever I actually would use... Let me start over. Sorry, that was terrible. For my streams, I used to use an encoder which used the standard... I use XSplit, so the standard XSplit encoder, right? And when I noticed there was problems, and I assume that's mainly because it was either balanced or extremely CPU-based. I don't know what the actual default XSplit, like, the formula behind that. What I do know is I switched to an entirely different encoder on XSplit. I think it was called, like, Invent or something. I don't know the name of it, and I'm sorry about that. But if you have an NVIDIA card and you have XSplit, you should be able to see it as an encoder option. Otherwise, as an AMD, it'll show up as something completely different. That's all I can really tell you about the matter, because as this is just me rambling. This isn't an informative video. This is just me talking. But so we checked it out, and things were crazy. Like, how do I word this? Like, how do I word this? I'm trying to think. I'm sorry. There's also Zeds coming at me, so it's a little bit hard. Like, what I mean by that is basically, God, I'm like, I have this thing now where I'm actually dying, and I feel like my brain is just dying. Like, my ADHD is just getting into me, and, like, I've just completely blanked it out, and I think that may have just happened. That's terrible. That, or I'm developing some form of fucking God knows with my fucking luck, and it's some kind of brain issue. I have had so many things wrong with me at this point that it wouldn't surprise me if I had some kind of fucking brain issue. But anyway, I have literally completely forgot what I was saying, so let's just start over with the GPU thing. I'm very sorry. As what I was saying was, we switched over. Oh wait, that's right. I remember now. We were talking about how I don't know the name of it, and I'm sorry about that. Okay, so I don't know the name of it, and I am sorry about that. But I believe it's called. It starts with an N. And it's something. It almost sounds like NVIDIA. I know that much. But I looked it up. It is definitely by NVIDIA. It's an XSplit thing for NVIDIA cards. And probably more than just NVIDIA, to be honest. Probably for streaming, period. Because a lot of these cards are getting ready for streaming streaming type stuff. God, kill me. I cannot talk. But, and when I ran it, obviously, NVIDIA being my graphics card, my thing was running flawlessly for a very long time. In fact, it still, in my opinion, runs much better and honestly probably a higher quality, because before I couldn't even stream Overwatch. Now suddenly I can, and it works well. The issue is the Overwatch has always had a problem, to a point where eventually I had to lower my game to low. At one point I could play it on medium, and I don't know, because this is where things get murky. I do not know the conclusiveness of when the card does. Like, I do not have a definitive date, a direct date for when the card may have died, and that is terrible, because I don't know how well I can now measure that card, like for games like Overwatch, obviously. But I started noticing one day it got to a point where I had to play Overwatch at its lowest settings. And that wasn't a problem before, but my computer just got progressively worse. Now, originally I thought it was the hard drive. Obviously that was the long time theory, but now I think it really truly is the graphics card. But if that was actually the case, if it really was the graphics card, that would quite literally explain everything, because that would explain why my streams are having problems. I do a lot of MindTrap, for those of you who don't know. Like, you guys haven't seen it yet, because this footage isn't out there, because I'm bracing for the impending YouTube apocalypse, and if it does happen, obviously I will be moving to other places, because Xel'crin doesn't give the fuck up. I mean, he gets depressed as fuck, and it's gotten pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. But Xel'crin isn't gonna just give the fuck up. In fact, I might branch early soon, we'll see. But, the thing is, I play a lot of that kind of stuff technically off recording, even though it's on recording. That's what's weird about it. Like, I recorded so much of it that we're at hundreds of episodes just waiting to go up. I'm not even kidding. I think I was on like 150. Okay, that's not hundreds, but you know, we have a lot of content that just needs to go up, and it will go up, but not yet. But I was having a lot of issues with Minecraft, and while I thought it might have been CPU-based, memory-based, aka RAM-based, or hard drive-based, I now think it might have something to do with the graphics card, because while Minecraft is, well, to be honest, frankly, not the most pretty-looking game, there's a lot of graphical things that go on in it, I'm pretty sure, and especially judging by the fact I play on the highest settings you can access without, obviously, if the game has any locks, I'm unaware of them, so if there's ways to unlock Minecraft, I haven't done so. But I am currently using Minecraft at all times at its highest possible settings. And while that sounds ridiculous to some people, on the world we play on, let me put it to you this way, the world we play on has almost reached a gigabyte of space. I'm not joking. It's a big world. There's a lot of shit going down because of the way we play it, right? So I believe because of how big this world is, it might actually be affecting the graphics card as well. Honestly, I think it could also be a number of things. But let's stop rambling about specifically the problem and all that stuff, because obviously I need to save some stuff from the video. Even though at this point I'll probably be regurgitating most of it in a probably more, in a different way, obviously. But, you know, it'll be more concise, let me put it to you that way, because there'll be no killing. There'll be no distractions from it, but, you know. But anyway, so the solution we found to this is, it turns out, while it pisses me off that they're only in China, I know, of all places, you'd think the U.S. would just please fucking man the hell up and just invest in this technology, but for whatever reason, the U.S. doesn't have it, so it's going to take like 2 months, but there's this technology where you can literally go in the laptop. I would have to find the brain of the object. If I remember, I might put it in the description. If not, remind me, and I guess, if anything, put the timestamp too, so I know what the fuck you're talking about, because some people forget to do that, and I'm like, what the fuck? But, anyway. The technology basically allows me to put an actual external graphics card for this laptop. I would have to sacrifice, I believe, what Jason told me, and from what I've gathered, I believe he said it was my internet port, but after looking more at the laptop, it seems that might actually not have to happen. For most laptops, I think you probably would have to sacrifice something because of how big this is. It's an external graphics card. I'm dead, by the way. So, yeah, we're going to have to get that. Moral of the story is we have to get that. I'll be more detailed, and we will continue this in the talking show that we do here on YouTube. We might actually branch it out to Vimeo. We don't know yet. Still thinking. But anyway. Okay, all right. We're doing this right now as I talk. All right. We need to change this. Hang on one second. We need to change this thing. This is a mistake on our part. A severe mistake on our part. Well, it was a good map. I think he's gotten enough attention. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Okay. Anyway, I'm so sorry about that. I'm sorry if anyone was offended by how much attention that map has gotten now, probably. It was a good map, and I definitely recommend it, but still, it's a little bit ridiculous. But anyway, so let's get back to the map. Let's bring it in. Let's forget. Just for those who came here strictly for that stuff, and obviously the map maker, who obviously all you care about is your map, which is that's your map. But let's get right back to that. Obviously, like I said, the rambling will be kept to another video. But yeah. So the number that sits in my head for this map would probably be. Let's just get that right out of the way, and I'll go into my reasonings as to why. The number that sits in my head, at first, I'm not gonna lie, it felt almost 10 to 10 worthy. I honestly felt that way. But seeing how there is no beta, there is no alpha, there is no work in progress, as I always criticize in these kind of maps, where there are these problems that are pretty prevalent. I do believe, I don't know if I'm using that word right. I'm sorry if I'm not. Just type your passive aggressive comment and just move on, okay? Anyway, I do believe because of those issues that there were plenty of, that I feel it's not 10 to 10 worthy. It was a really good map, but obviously there was plenty of pathing issues. There was some weird texturing things going on with that one water section there. I didn't get bored. It was actually a really fun map, I'm not going to lie. I had some fun with it. It was definitely more challenging. Kind of easy, but that's really hard. It's really hard to make it impossible, especially for a berserker to not be able to escape his enemies on a large map. Like, that's very hard. The fact that they pushed me as hard as they did on this map, I believe, is very well done. And in that regard, hats off to you. Good job. Very well done. But the pathing issues, the severe lack of music, which killed it, I'm sure, not just for me, but for my poor audience, I feel that didn't fit. While it was a valley, like, not a valley, nature-ish area, so it makes a little bit of sense for there to be a lack of music. The issue is, it really doesn't. Like, some kind of rainforesty music or something would have suited that, because there's nothing really, like, normally silence is associated with dark or depressing or kind of sad, maybe scary sometimes too. Scary. Silence can be really scary to some people. Like, I know a friend of mine, like, goes crazy if it's too quiet. Like, he's got to turn on the fan. And to be honest, I have to sleep with a fan. Like, I have to... No. Oh, God. Get that out of there. Not like that. Oh, God. You fucking... No. Stop it. Stop writing that comment. Stop it. I know you're doing it. Stop it. I can't stop you. All right, go to town. Anyway... I have to sleep with a fan on because I can't sleep without sound. So, sound, that's... I probably should have specified that in the past, but I feel this would be the perfect time to kind of do that because it just kind of, pops into my head. I am definitely a sound-based person. I need sound. Luckily, there was the game sounds to accompany me, but I need sound. Like, I won't go to the level where my friend is literally going crazy, where if there's nothing, like, there's no sound... But it bothers me. So, in that regard, I do tend to keep that in my scoring. Now, I believe it was a very good map. I really do think it was a good map. It's one of the definite better maps we played. It's just, definitely design-wise, unbelievably design-wise, it was really good. It was definitely impressive. I will give it that. But the pathing, and that's the thing about this map, though. I have to say that about pathing in this case, which is why I'm not going to rack on it too much. He went for a more realistic look, like a roughy kind of look. Some things were popped up, some things were indented down. Lots of, like, cratered down sometimes even. You know what I mean by that. I don't even think that's a word. I just made that up. Huh! But, he went for a more realistic look, and as such, I have a weird feeling it might have been a combination of pathing with Killing Floor's engine possibly not being able to cope. And I say that because, as you probably saw anyway, you might not have paid attention to that part, which is understandable because it was pretty brief. But at one point, I did remember seeing, I forget the zombie, but it was one of the Zeds. I said zombie. Oh god, I've made an ultimate taboo. A Zed was walking, and you could clearly see he was struggling with the roughness of the area. So, like the roughness in the ground. So it might honestly be a combination. Either way, I'm sorry, I have to take it out of your map. But that's just how it is. And I say sorry because the fact of the matter is it very well could be a Killing Floor engine problem, but that's still how it is, unfortunately. That's just how it is. That's just the way it is. Someone's playing the song right now, I know it. It's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. But anyway, guys. Alright, well, let me give you my general disclaimer, map maker. I believe we talked about it. We talked enough on that, and I believe the scoring is, as I said, an 8 or 10. So, yeah. But my general disclaimer to you, map maker, because I'm pretty damn sure I have never done any of your maps before. I am not out to do anything bad to you, obviously. I am not claiming to be the internet god, so to speak. I am not here to attack you. I'm not here to do anything bad to you. I'm not here to try and bring negativity to your map. The reason I do this is, one, for my audience. That's just, let's be 100% honest. And two, because I genuinely want to see your map do better. I want to point out the flaws, so you hopefully fix it. Now, while some people take offense for whatever reason, because I guess they just don't like their work that they put so much work into, their flaws being exposed. Exposed is the wrong word, but you know what I mean, being shown, a spotlight basically being put on them. Some people don't like that. So, but that's not what I mean to do. I'm not here to attack you. As I said, I am here specifically to help shine a light on the problems, not so that I can insult you or make fun of you, or that other people could do that as well. I do. If any one of you ever attacks one of these map makers, please don't. That's unbelievably, that's ridiculous. These people are trying to learn. Alright, that's why they're in the modding business and they're not in, well, that's a very big claim to make, I know, but the majority, at least I'm pretty sure that I've talked to, like, a lot of them tend to do this to learn future stuff, because some of them might want to, make games, but I said that a little bit wrong, and I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean for it to be such a kind of blanket statement. I didn't mean to say that about all of you, and I hope you forgive me for that. I didn't mean it like that, but I hope you know what I mean. A lot of you are doing this as a mod, not a full-fledged game, so obviously there will be little hiccups. But, obviously, I'm not going to just walk away and just, like, excuse everything. That's not who I am. Alright? I give my blunt, honest opinion. Whatever that may be, I try to be as candid as I can be about it, but also, I tend to, I do have my own rules, obviously, about it. Like, if it's a bait, obviously, I'm a little less strict. But I point these things out, getting back to that, basically, because I care, and I want to see them get better. I want to see your map get better. I want to see the problems fixed, so that the future reviewer, or the future whoever the fuck, just the future player even, has a better experience without, hopefully, the bugs that I experienced, basically, is what I'm saying. So just better experience, you know what I mean by that. Has the better experience, and the experience I had, at least from the negative aspect of it, doesn't occur to them. So that your map is looked at as, it's looking the better light. So, with that all being said, take my criticism with a grain of salt. I'm not here to damage you, as I said. I'm just reviewing your map. I'm just giving my opinion on it. And the whole reason I give this to, just because I feel it needs to be said after a few videos, is because, you know, it's this weird thing where YouTubers fans will just like try and destroy people, and I don't see why. Some cases I completely understand it. Like, I don't think it's right, don't get me wrong, but I get it. Like, some people really are bad. But in this case, we're having an exchange, essentially. I'm playing your map, I'm giving my feedback, and you'll respond to that feedback. So I don't understand why some people tend to take it upon themselves to send hatred towards people. So that's why I give this disclaimer, and also to make you understand, I'm human. I have my flaws. I'm pretty sure you've probably noticed. There's people poking holes in my fucking personality right now, probably. But I'm just trying to do this to help, basically. Let's just sum it down to that. And that was more than I normally give to people, and that's because, as I said, it's been quite a few videos since we've elaborated on the full thing, and I feel it's necessary at the moment, since it's been a while. So, yeah. But anyway, now to my general audience. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Xel'crin, and I will see you in the next video, stream, wherever the fuck you find me. Bye, guys.